What's up, chat? Today we're going to be reacting to the rarest skins in Counter-Strike because I'm actually very curious on what some of these are. I feel like I'm going to know a lot of them, but I feel like maybe some of you guys don't know and maybe don't appreciate, all of them. But I'm hoping that I learn some new things about skins in this video. So by RAREST, he's a, pretty well-known creator. Drop him a like, subscribe, come watch this video. But without any further ado, let's just get right into it, man. I'm excited for this video. I'm excited. Very excited. Okay. Highest quality. Yes, sir.
Expensive skins in Counter-Strike. But it isn't as rare as you might think. With over 6,000 of them, it's not even the rarest op.
What? Okay, so I guess this makes sense. I never really thought about this though, but hold up. I need to move my face cam so you can see. But apparently, Dragon Lore's only 6,500. But compared to the other ops, which, if you guys don't know, this is the op Medusa. It's less expensive than the Dragon Lore. This is the op Prince. It's also less expensive than the Dragon Lore. But there's more Dragon Lores, so this shouldn't make sense. But I guess it kind of does, because, I don't know, this op has the most... It's been around the longest, has the most... Honestly, probably the best design here, and honestly, probably the most lore to it. No pun intended, but yeah.
So then, from the billions of skins, which one is the rarest? To find out, I packed my bag and traveled all around the world, and I got a lot of answers, so I'll be splitting them up into different categories and ranking them from least to most rare. Now let's start with souvenirs, and if you don't already know, these are items unboxed during majors. And to learn more about them, I stayed right at home in America. This is when I learned about the oldest souvenir package from the DreamHack 2013 major. When these were first released, they were almost all unboxed. And in 2015, when it would have already been expensive to open these, Valve accidentally added the R8 bone map.
Oh, okay.
Leaving us with just 9 of them, by far making it the rarest single souvenir item.
So yeah, this is weird. So basically what happened in this situation is, a lot of people don't know about this, but this is one of the rarest skins because these were basically, the revolver wasn't in the game when they made the case, but then when the revolver was added later, I believe, then it became a part of the case and they made a skin for it. But since there were no cases left, this is a very rare skin to get.
But I want to get rare with it. And for that, I'm going to be looking at souvenirs within a specific wear.
Ooh.
First, there's the Imminent Danger, which is so hard to unbox and well-worn that it only exists 4 times.
Really?
This is due to the float.
I mean, it's not going to be more expensive because of that, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Cap
Nobody wants a well-worn one. Unless you're like a skin enthusiast who just wants to collect, rare skins.
Much harder to unbox and well-worn. And there's also not many people opening Vertigo packages. But if you do, there's only a 1 in 3,906 chance that you unbox the red. The same odds as unboxing a Dragon Lore. And the D-Lore has
yeah, that's kind of insane.
a very similar float cap, so there's only 3 in well-worn.
Wow. Interesting. I guess that's why you always see them in like field tested.
Making it the second rarest souvenir.
Excuse me, why are some floats more rare?
Well, floats aren't actually random. Even though it looks like you should be getting factory
That's a good bit. That's a really good bit.
Actually only 3% of the time.
Interesting. Wait, okay, so is that for all skins or for most skins?
Floats more rare?
Well, floats aren't actually random. Even though it looks like you should be getting factory new 7% of the time, it's actually only 3%.
Interesting. I did not know that. Wait, what's battle scarred?
7% of the
6%? So battle scards are kind of rare? No? All of these are not really rare, you know what I mean? You get those most of the time, but wow, 3% for a factory new. That's kind of insane.
You 3 clowns are in here again? Get out!
Yo, chill, bro.
But what is the rarest?
Yo, we all love discussing CSGO floats in school, bro. That guy needs to chill, bro.
M4M&S Nitro, which only exists 100 times in souvenir, but due to the extremely small float cap for factory new, there's only 1. And the odds to unbox...
I bet some like dumb collector has paid like $2 million or $2,000 for this. It's probably only worth like 1,000.
One of these is incredibly small, so the fact that it even exists is quite rare. Now on to stickers, and for this, I flew to where they're most popular, China. These are the 2
I actually didn't know this.
most expensive stickers, the iBuyPower and Titan
Yep.
Hollow. But are they the rarest? I counted up all the iBuyPower Hollows, and there's nearly 5,000 of them applied onto weapons, and almost 8,000 Titan Hollows. But if we're talking about these stickers not applied onto weapons,
There's probably very few.
then there's about 100 of each. And
Wow. Wow, that is insane.
these aren't even the rarest iBuyPower stickers. From DreamHack 2014, there are 1,170 iBuyPower Golds, and from Kato 2014, there's 347 iBuyPower foils.
Wow.
But this still isn't the rarest. Tyloo qualified and even had stickers for the Boston 2018 Major.
Didn't they like cheat or something and then it got removed?
But they weren't able to get visas. The capsules they were
Oh.
in were quickly swapped out, and not many people had opened them before. they did this,
Interesting.
leaving us with more iBuyPower Hollows than all Tyloo player stickers combined. But more
What?
specifically is the Bondit Gold that only exists 9 times. 6 that are on skins and
Wait, does he make the shot?
3
Bang!
which are unapplied. By far the rarest sticker. Before we get to the
Did
knife,
not know.
we're gonna
Bandit rare sticker. I did
some
not know
gloves.
this.
And
See,
for
this is
that, I
actually
went to
educational for me.
Antarctica. Oh, it's cold. There we go. Now, gloves are already pretty rare, with only 1 million in circulation compared to the 3 million knives.
Ooh, dude, he's got a nice combo in real life though. The bayonet.
Something that I found interesting is that sport gloves exist the most while also being the most expensive, while Bloodhound gloves are some of the cheapest and only 27,000 of them
I mean, 27 is still a lot, and honestly, these aren't very desirable, so it does make sense.
exist. But that's still a lot. So
Yeah.
then, what are the rarest gloves? These are the Tier 1 Max Red Minimal Wear Crimson Kimonos. This is a pattern-based skin, and it has 5 tiers based on the amount of red that it has. And there are only 4 Tier 1 patterns that have the max amount of red,
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
leaving us with only 11 Minimal Wear Tier 1 pairs. And it's so unlikely to unbox one of these that the factory new version doesn't even exist yet.
Really?
Next up are knives, and for
Wow.
that I went to the UK because they have a bit of a knife problem.
Okay,
I
okay,
don't
buddy.
have a knife problem.
Oh no, bro. Sparkles, you good?
Anyways, Counter-Strike definitely does have a knife problem. We've unboxed 3 million knives, which is 1.2 billion cases.
Okay, dude, we all are such degenerates, bro. Anybody who's ever opened a case, bro,
Most of
it's
which
over,
are
bro.
butterfly knives, due to being in so many different cases and also having one all to themselves. And the rarest finish is the Black Pearl, with
Really?
two-
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
217 of them. But why is that?
Okay, so I thought Black Pearl, Sapphire, Emerald, and like Ruby. Actually, I don't think there is a Ruby. Wait, is there? Yeah, there should be. Yeah, I thought all those were equally as likely.
Well, if you were to unbox a butterfly knife Doppler, there's a 10% chance for it to be a gem and a 1% chance for it to be a Black Pearl. On top
Really?
of that,
So it is really rare.
10% chance for it to be Stat Track, and then a 1 in 26 chance for it to be minimal wear, which means this exact knife
I bet it doesn't exist. I'm calling that it doesn't exist.
looking at had a 1 in 300 million
Did it get pulled?
chance of being unboxed. And with that, we're just getting started. If we
So it is actually a thing. There's probably only one of them.
use these exact same calculations on the factory new Karambit case hardened pattern 387,
Wow. Absolute beauty, dude. I think there's only one of these
we
that
find that
exists,
it's
right?
a 1 in 825 million chance to be unboxed.
Aye,
Now,
aye, aye,
obviously, that's
dude.
the same odds as every other factory new case hardened, but this is the holy grail of blue
Yeah.
gems. And there's
There's literally no yellow on it. That's insane.
only one. Now
Yeah.
on to floats, and if you
And they're, by the way, it's very unlikely another one ever gets unboxed, apparently. They're just in so little cases nowadays that not enough cases really get opened. And honestly, it's kind of a miracle if you consider it like 1 in 800 million that it even got unboxed.
don't know, this is what determines how good or bad a skin looks. And to learn more, I sailed to Japan. And here I found the highest float skin in the game. And another one, and then 16 others. But how can they all be the same float? Well, the highest
There's a float cap, kind of.
you can get is just 6.9
But this is not true. There's one skin out there. It's a sawed-off shotgun. And it's theoretically possible to get it where the float just says full. It doesn't even say a
in a
number.
row and then an 8, because Valve coded it slightly under the maxed integer, which means that anything dropped between this range is pushed down, and that's why we have 18 skins with the same float. But one of them is a bit more unique than the rest. Even though it's the same float, the AK Headshot is by far the rarest high float skin.
Why? Is it just because it's a red?
Because it's a red, the chances to
There
unbox
you
it
go.
in the first place is 1 in 156. And although it's hard to calculate exactly what the odds are, we do know that from 19 million reds, it's the only one with this float. But what's even more mind-blowing about this skin, and this isn't a joke, it was unboxed today. And even
Wait, okay, so when was this made? A year ago. Okay, so yeah. But that's still very
before
cool.
this was unboxed, I was talking about how the roll cage was actually the rarest high float skin.
That's funny, bro. You had to remake
And
the
even
video.
though I'm a little bit freaked out, we still have to look at some low floats. Like this classic fade, which is the lowest float knife in the game with
Oh, like 9 zeros.
7 zeros.
7?
See, what's
Wow.
great about low floats is that they don't cap until incredibly small numbers, so we can get some really impressive skins.
Ooh. Wait, what was the text on that
Don't
though?
cap until incredibly small numbers, so we can get
Oh, okay, yeah, only possible on SSG fade. Yeah, that's true. So this skin is very used in trade ups because it just has such low float potential that like when you're trading up a lot of like if you're trading up to get really low float skins, like let's say you're going for the #1 dragon lore in the world, you know, you're gonna use these skins to trade up for the skins which you will use in the dragon lore trade up. At least how I understand it. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how you use
get
these.
some really impressive skins. And that leads us perfectly into the M249 Gator Mesh. By far,
I love this skin,
the
bro.
lowest float skin in Counter-Strike with 9 zeros.
Ooh, yeah, so I was right.
Now, I mentioned the max signed integer earlier, but this is when it's really important. Out of the 2 billion different possible floats, this M249 is number 3. Yep, number 3. So
Really?
this really is a 1 in a billion chance skin, and compared to
Wow, it'll probably never be beat.
every other skin on this list, it kinda just beats them all. Well, not exactly. I still need to talk about some skins that shouldn't exist. And for that, I got back on the boat and went to a place that shouldn't exist.
Okay, so we're gonna have Karambit No Star. We're gonna have. Actually, that's like the only one I can think of. Karambit No Star.
Australia.
I guess
where
whatever.
I saw some very strange creatures and another strange M249 Gator Mesh. Except this one is a souvenir, and we have no idea where it came from. It's the one
Really?
and only souvenir without an item description. Every other souvenir has this text explaining what event it came from.
Interesting.
But this one doesn't.
It was probably like the same way they made the No Star Karambit. Is like it got scammed. He asked for it back, and then they
can, of course,
didn't give him the item.
tell by the sticker that it's from DreamHack 2013, but that's all we know for sure. It is suspected that it was the first souvenir ever unboxed, but
Interesting.
we don't have an actual answer. However, we know exactly why our final skin exists. This is the No
Ah.
Star Karambit, called that because it's the only knife without this little star. And it also has a float of 0, the only skin
This is insane because when you look it up on like a database, it shows up as #1 always because it has just a 0 float. You know what I mean? So it shows up on #1 on every database. This is such a flex. You know what I mean? Such a flex. I think it's worth like $2 million.
without an actual float. And it even has its own Steam market page where only it can be sold. It was created by Steam support when they used to refund scammed items. Usually support would have sent the exact same item back, but while sending out the Karambit, they accidentally created a completely new
It's
item.
kind of fire, bro. Imagine just like your item is scammed and you get it back and it's suddenly the rarest skin ever in Counter-Strike. That's
And there's
insane.
nothing else even similar. But of course, every skin I mentioned is special for its own reason. There will likely never be another factory new Nitro because there's not enough packages.
So sad, bro.
And same
Very unique though.
goes for the Bonded Gold. But we might eventually get those factory new Crimson Kimonos, the 387 Karambit, or
I hope another 3-7 Karambit is made.
a lower float skin. And we know that Valve is not perfect. So let me know which one you think is the rarest.
Honestly, I'm gonna say it's. I'm gonna say it's a No Star. I just don't think there's ever gonna be something like this created again. But wow, very, very good video. Very, very, very well edited, you know, by Arrow here. I actually really enjoy his editing style. It's very interesting. You know, he goes all over the world, does all these cool little bits, you know, very cool. I'm gonna react to some more videos in the future by him. Very, very cool. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. We're doing a 2v2 wingman tournament for a $50 prize in the Discord. Join it. It's in the link in the description. And yeah, subscribe so I can buy Dragon Lore. Yer.